Sometimes we act like a fool, not aware we're troublemakers. Sometimes we try to be cool, not being give.
Welcome back, everyone. Today I am doing some DIY home updates that are budget friendly. Thank you to Hymela for collaborating with me on today's video. The first home update that I want to make is changing out these bedside lamps. I told you before that I wanted to change these out. I want to break up the monotonous gray-brown that we have in here, so I'm going to go ahead and make this really simple change just to kind of update our bedroom a little bit without changing all of the furniture.
Stop for a minute, stop and breathe for a minute. Don't get over your head, try to listen instead, won't you? Think for a minute, who you wanna be for a minute. Don't get over your head, you're like everyone else, aren't you? You could gain from being a bit nicer, know when to talk and when to shut your mouth. You're so moody, always such a fighter. Try to open up your mind sometime.
I've only changed one lamp out and it already has made such a big difference in this space. I feel like it moves it more away from the farmhouse look, which is what I wanted, and just gives it a more updated and elevated look, and also breaks up all of the same color that we have in here. I am loving it so far, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out the other lamp.
You'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Sometimes we yell when we're sad.
And here's how it looks with both of the lamps switched out with these new black lamps. It's updated, it's moved away from that farmhouse look, and they're not as tall, which is kind of more scale to this room. We don't have a huge bedroom and the nightstands are pretty small, so the other lamps were kind of tall for these nightstands. Overall, I love how these look. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you like the old lamps or do you like the new ones?
And sometimes we laugh when we're afraid. Sometimes.
The next DIY home update I'm going to do is paint our headboard black. So it's going to match the lamps that I just put in our bedroom, and this is such an easy and affordable way to update the room without changing everything. I already had the paint on hand, so I just had to get the plastic cover and the paintbrush and the paint roller and everything. And so this is another really affordable thing. If you don't have the paint is not super expensive. It's a lot cheaper than buying a whole new headboard or a whole new bed frame. So this is something really easy you can do if you don't have a fabric headboard, and it's gonna make such a difference in our room.
We smile when we're mad, and some lines we wished we'd never said. Stop for a minute, stop and breathe for a minute. Don't get over your head, try to listen instead, won't you? Think for a minute.
Now that the living room is prepped and I have the headboard cleaned off, dust is gone, I'm gonna go ahead and use a paintbrush to get the cracks and crevices and the hard spots to paint. I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna go in with a foam paint roller to paint the rest of the space on the headboard. A foam roller is really going to be ideal for the chalk paint and makes it have a really smooth finish. There's no brush strokes that you can see when you use a foam roller, and I highly recommend doing this if you're going to do chalk paint. The finish is so smooth and it looks so good because I chose a foam paint roller.
Who you wanna be for a minute? Don't get over your head, you're like everyone else, aren't you? You could gain from being a bit nicer, know when to talk and when
All of the difficult areas are painted now, so I'm going in with the foam roller. I apologize that it's blurry here. I didn't realize that my camera switched to manual focus instead of autofocus, so it was not focused on me, but I wanted to leave these clips in so you can still see the satisfaction of the headboard being painted. Now, I will say that I wish I would have brought the paint out more from the edges with the paintbrush, but I learned for next time. I did go back and fill in any gaps and then tried to go over it with the roller, but next time I would definitely fan out the paint more before I start with the roller.
There is something we need. It's a leap of faith, a step away from the comfort zone.
I let the paint dry for an hour or two and then I went in for a second coat. I thought that was going to be all that I needed, but I ended up doing a third coat just to be really sure that everything was covered. But I'm not going to show you that whole entire process. Now Ethan and I are bringing the headboard into our bedroom, and of course he's got to do his stretches first.
Be a little brave, so take a look around you. How far can you see? How far do you think you can run, standing on your knees? It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. It can be a bit frightening, with something you don't know. You need a little enlightening, it'll make you grow. It's a beautiful world out there, just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there.
Despite Ethan modeling the garland, I decided I did not want to put it on the headboard again. I like how it looks without the garland added back onto it, but it was a nice try by him though. Before I show you everything together, I'm going to go ahead and make the bed, and I'm going to make some changes to how I do the bed. I know that I had it with the pinks and greens in my spring video, but I wanted to add in some black just to tie the black in from the headboard and the lamps, and I think it turns out really nicely, but you'll have to let me know in the comments if you like it with the pink pillows or if you like my new styling.
It's a beautiful world out there, and just don't pass on the dare. If you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Oh, if you have the will and a moment to spare, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a beautiful world out there. Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore.
Here's the final result on how the bedroom turned out. I absolutely adore how the headboard turned out. I feel like it looks so much more updated and modern. Not that my style is modern, but it really needed a facelift, and that was exactly what it needed. It looks so good with the two lamps. It matches the poles on the dressers and the side tables. It breaks up all of the gray brown just like I wanted it to. And it looks so high end, and you would never know that it's just a hand-me-down headboard that we've painted twice now. I did not put any kind of finish on it. I left it with the black chalk paint, and it is matte, and I think it looks so nice. I don't want it to be shiny. It looks very similar to the lamps and how they are. They're very matte. They're not super shiny. So I'm very happy with that. And I changed the bedding a little bit because I felt like it needed some black to go with the headboard and the lamps. Not that it has to have black, but I don't know, maybe I'm just super excited. I wanted it to match super well. So I have my black floral pillow from the living room that I brought in here, and I still needed to tie in the green somehow because I have green up there and then the greens over here and over here. So I have the creams, the blacks, and the greens. Like I said, I'm just so happy with how it turned out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint this frame right here black as well because it's that same gray brown color. So I'm not gonna show that. We're just gonna work some YouTube magic. Bippity boppity boo. That looks so much better, and now it matches the headboard and lamps.
Hello.
Not only did I update that frame, but I'm going to update these frames I have in our dining room. They have that same brownish grayish color that I really liked before, but no longer am interested in using. So I'm just going to use the supplies that I already have and make this really affordable change. If you have frames that you don't like, I would consider painting them. You can spray paint them if they have intricate designs. That way you don't have to buy more picture frames and you can make a nice little change in your home.
I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. For all in this, I stand.
I thought I was going to use the paintbrush for these, but I really like how the roller looks. The paintbrush still leaves brush strokes when I'm doing even just these small frames, so I went over them with the paint roller to smooth it out, and I did 2 coats of paint on these, but I only did 1 coat on the big frame.
Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. All in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream.
The fourth really easy and affordable DIY home update I'm going to do is change out this side table. I had that placeholder table that I bought for $5 and I'm switching it out for this really nice one. I'm adding some books and a candle on top as well as a coaster because this is going to be like a little area for us to set our drinks down so we don't have to lean all the way over to the coffee table, and I think it turns out really nicely. Again, it's one small thing that I'm switching out that makes a really big impact on the space.
The engine glows, and I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona. I push back the serious feeling, the end's unknown, to get back the life I used to know.
The fifth and final update that I'm making to our home is something I've been talking about for months on my channel, and that is to put up wall sconces on the gallery wall. You guys know that I've been saying this wall is huge and I didn't feel like the gallery wall filled it out. I had already put in a larger frame in the middle, and I was super excited when Hymela reached out and wanted to collaborate with me and send me wall sconces. So I am putting these Hymela wall sconces up. They are the battery operated wall sconces with clear glass shades. You heard that right. They are battery operated. You know that I live in an apartment, so hardwiring wall sconces is not an option, and I had been planning on buying some and cutting the wires off like I've seen so many other people do, but I don't have to do that with these because they come with batteries that have a magnet on the back and they stick onto the back of the lights. So all you have to do is put some screws into the wall and hang them on the screws. These batteries are rechargeable and can last for up to 15 hours. It's kind of like a portable phone charger. You plug it in, it's got the lights on there, and they will blink as they're charging, and then when they're finished, they will be completely full and you can put your battery back into your wall sconce. I'm showing you here how you plug it in and the battery lights up, but it came fully charged and ready to go, so I didn't even have to wait for the batteries to charge. They also come with this sticker to put on the wall so you know exactly how far apart the screws go when you are installing them onto the walls. I cannot tell you how helpful this was when I was hanging these up, not only to make them straight, but so you don't have to go through the hassle of using painter's tape and trying to make sure you measure correctly and do everything right. It was just so helpful. Putting them together is super easy. You just screw everything together. The clear glass globe goes over the top and then you tighten the screws on the sides, and that's it. I will have a link in the description box down below, and Hymela gave me a discount code for all of my subscribers. It's JH11 and it gets you 11% off of the entire website.
All in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes.
To hang these up level with each other, I had Ethan hold one up so I could decide where I wanted it, and then I used my laser level to mark where I was putting the wall sconce, and then I put the sticker underneath the laser level so I knew exactly where it was going. I measured from the furthest frame to where the wall sconce was so I knew how far to put the other one from the furthest frame, and I used the drywall anchors that they came with. A tip with drywall anchors: if you cannot hammer them into the wall without them bending, if you screw the screw in a couple of threads, not all the way because you don't want the anchors to expand before you put them in the wall, but if you put them in a couple of threads and then hammer the anchor in with the screw, it will not bend, and then you just unscrew the screw out and finish hammering the anchor into the wall. Anyways, I did all of this. I used my laser level again to put the sticker at the exact same level as the first one after I measured how far away I needed to put it, and then I just put the anchors and the screws in the wall and hung the lights.
Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
And here is how the gallery wall turned out with these new Hymela wall sconces. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think they just finished the wall off so nicely. Even Tilly likes them. She came out to take a look at what we were doing, but it just completes this space. And at night, it looks so cozy. I love sitting here with just the wall sconces and one of the lamps on. It is so cozy. I can read a book under the wall sconce, and it is just what I needed in this space. I knew wall sconces were just going to be the final thing on this wall to make it look perfect. I will show you some shots at night so you can see the cozy ambiance. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and let me know if any of these ideas are helpful to you and if you can use them in your home. Don't forget to use the link in my description box if you want to purchase something from Hymela, and use code JH11 to get 11% off of your order. Thank you again to Hymela for collaborating with me on today's video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!